South of the border, Americans are grieving too. We're learning more details about the school shooting in Nashville yesterday. Police say 28-year-old Audrey Hale opened fire, killing 6 people. The murderer had a written manifesto, and police say there was resentment towards the Christian school the shooter attended years ago. This as politicians diddle daddle with empty condolences. The likelihood of anything actually being done to prevent more tragedies like this, little to none. A warning, the video you are about to see is disturbing.
All units, be advised, we're under a mass casualty alert. Multiple victims down.
Pulling up to the private Christian elementary school, spraying rounds through the front door to get in, and then roaming the halls, looking for the next victim. The images are haunting, and yet the tragedy is commonplace in the United States of America. After killing 3 adults and 3 9-year-old children, 28-year-old Audrey Hale was shot dead by police. Go! 2 officers leading the way through the school and facing the active shooter.
So I talked to them earlier, and they're trying to decompress, trying to make sense of all of this. I talked to President Biden. He's going to reach out and talk to them as well.
Police sharing more details about Hale, saying the shooter left a manifesto. Their parents speaking to investigators.
What was in the manifesto?
So in the manifesto, there's several different writings about other locations. There were locations, there was talks about the school. There was a map of the school, a drawing of how potentially she would enter and the assaults that would take place. She was under care, doctor's care, for an emotional disorder. Law enforcement knew nothing about the treatment she was receiving, but her parents felt that she should not own weapons. They were under the impression that when she sold the one weapon that she did not own anymore.
Not only did Hale have another weapon the parents say they didn't know about, but 7 firearms in total, all purchased legally, despite being diagnosed with an emotional disorder. Metro Nashville Police Chief John Drake said Hale self-identified as transgender, but didn't offer details about Hale's resentment towards the school. As the community grieves the loss of 6 innocent people, politicians are doing what they normally do in this situation, calling for action.
Americans are sickened. They are fed up with inaction on assault weapons, and the anger they feel will be reflected ultimately in what Congress does.
The majority of the American people think having assault weapons is bizarre.
This is uniquely American, and the people of this country have to ask themselves a basic question. Had enough? Had enough of sending your children and grandchildren to school and wondering if they're going to be victims of assault rifles? I mean, this is madness. To think that some people rationalize this as part of the Second Amendment is beyond me.
But while politicians say they want to do something, literally nothing ever changes. What happened at this school on Monday marks the 90th school shooting in the U.S. so far this year. And it's only March.
Guns and gunfire, the #1 cause of death with children, and we really can't tolerate that anymore. We owe it to the parents. Everybody that's attending every vigil in Nashville feels that there needs to be a public response to this kind of tragedy and to say enough is enough.
Enough is enough.